kalouy dans bife. Bakayan balili, kalouy dans bife.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Submerged Podcast. I'm Camila, this is my dad Benji, and our friend Steve. This is episode 14, and if you have not checked us out before, you can go find us on social media at Submerged Podcast. Would you like to introduce our new guest? Go for it.
Yes, so this is the first time and I can't believe it took us 14 episodes. This is the first time that we have a special guest. This is Steve, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Dear friend of the family, and there's a reason why Steve is here. Not because he's a lovely chap and we enjoy his company. He likes to drink and eat like I do, like you do, Camila. But more importantly, Steve is not biased. And if you have not noticed through my t-shirt, which is I Love Seychelles, shout out to Red Coral and the production team of the t-shirts out there, we are here to talk about Seychelles, the country that I'm born in, the country that I represented in the Olympics. Camila is a Seychelloise. If you can't tell from the flags, they're here. And most importantly, Steve is going to be tasting Takamaka, the rum of Seychelles. So I'm really happy. I'm super psyched that you're here because please tell the audience, you've never tried this.
No,
right?
and to be honest, I've heard so much about it through you and your wife, and I'm excited to try it. I think that it's something that it sounds like it's really unique. It's going to have totally different flavor profile maybe than what I'm used to. Something new and different. So I'm excited to give it a shot.
Well, we can't wait to introduce it to you, explain about Seychelles, about the distillery, and then go into each rum, the tastings, and also it's summer. So I've got actually a recipe, and we'll put those on the podcast and the explanation, right?
And
Important.
we're almost hitting, how many years has it been since we went to Seychelles?
It's been since
6 years?
2016. So it's been almost
6 years.
2 weeks. It's been 6 years.
So you guys are way past due.
6
We're way
years.
past due.
So we're celebrating our 6 years on what, the 13th since we last went? That was my introduction to Takamaka. So I have funny stories to share with you guys.
She was 10 years old, and her introduction doesn't mean she was drinking. So I need everybody to calm down.
I'm legal, guys.
This is soda that she has in her glass, and people are gonna wonder why Jaggy Jags, our friend, is here. Yes, you recognize him from the spicy Margarita Tamarindo episode, but he's here for a reason. He's become kind of our global ambassador to alcohol. The bottle is bloody cool too. And also he's watching Camila. He is eyeing the jaritos, which will we be using in one of the recipes. So he's also protecting and the guardian of the Seychelles flag.
Yeah.
So here we go, Camila.
Yeah.
Help the audience and Steve understand a little bit about Seychelles, a little about this distillery before Steve and I indulge.
Right, so Seychelles is about 115 islands. It is northeast of Madagascar. I think everybody should know where Madagascar is. And if you don't, go back to 7th grade geography because that's embarrassing for you. But anyways,
Easy.
It's 115 islands northeast of Madagascar. And the main island is called Mahe. People aren't really aware of Seychelles. Like whenever I ask people if they know about Seychelles, like Seychelles, so it's not really common, but it's a very beautiful place, and you kind of have to go searching for it when you go on Google Maps. But go look at where it is. It's a beautiful place to vacation. And yeah, the distillery is found middle to southern of Mahe, and it's on the coast. And
On the East Coast.
yes, on the East Coast. And it's a really pretty distillery. And they have a cool process, but I'll let you guys start with your alcohol, and then I can explain how the alcohol is made.
I will say real quick,
Tell me.
I had never heard of the Seychelles until I met you and your family, and I did Google it, oddly enough, which is kind of funny you say that.
Well, you're the champion at that, and you do good research.
Well, I will tell you that it is the most beautiful paradise I think I've ever seen. It's super tropical, very scenic and picturesque. So Google it, Seychelles, Seychelles.
Thank you, Steve, for pronouncing that. That's wonderful. Thank you.
Please Google it because it's beautiful, and if you can, get there because I know it's one of my bucket lists at this point.
Yes, it is.
It's so pretty, and it's just like relaxing, and they don't have Wi-Fi there, so it's kind of nice if you just don't want to like be on your phone all the time. I think that was one of the best vacations. I didn't have a phone at the time, but it was nice to be able to talk to the adults and talk to the people who went. We did go with a really big group, but it was nice to just be able to relax. And
well, I think the Wi-Fi situation has gotten better per the WhatsApp that I
hope
received
so.
and all the dirty videos from all my friends. Shout out to the WhatsApp. Thank you
I hope
for that
so.
one this morning that
Yeah.
I sometimes share with Abuelo. Come on, you have to. And Camila is sparing me. So we're gonna start off with the tastings today. Shout out to the folks at the Whiskey Exchange. This is a UK distributor. The shipping costs, you guys could do a little better. But until the guys decide to have a US promoter, wink, wink, this is the way I'm getting it. But it's a gift that I do about twice a year to myself, and I get these lovely bottles. So I've got 3 different rums today. I've got the spicy dark rum, which is absolutely gorgeous. I've got the ananas, which means pineapple, and I've got my favorite, maybe, to my heart, which is the coconut. They're also new bottles, as you can see from the branding, absolutely gorgeous. They've changed it a few times. The first foray was kind of very simple, and now, as you can see, really some nice colors there, and then also representative Seychelles. So we're going to start off, Steve, with the dark, and I'm going to put this in your shot glass, and the idea is just to take a whiff, a nice smell. We don't have to down it completely. You can if you want.
Smell it from here.
You can smell from here. So tell me, Steve, as you smell it, what comes to mind? That sounds dirty, but
I mean,
Christmas.
Butterscotch.
It smells like
I get
eggnog.
butterscotch big time.
Why does it smell like eggnog to me?
Eggnog, yes,
Yeah,
because you know what? It almost has a vanilla cinnamon.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say something, and you might laugh, and this is not a dirty word. For me, this smells like kumquat. And it's a fruit, look it up, it's a nice word.
Google it.
It's Google it. But it smells like kumquat, but I get the vanilla, and the butterscotch is right on.
The butterscotch kind of hits you.
Well, isn't it the spicy rum? So
This is the spicy rum. So what they do with it, I believe, is they take citrus peels or orange peels that's citrus, and they let it marinate.
Oh, I was gonna say.
And they let it marinate. And these are virgin pressed kind of cane sugar. It's direct. You explain.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's what you're getting right there. So let's go in for a little taste.
Absolutely.
Let's taste that alcohol, and then I'll make the drink out of it.
Good Lord.
So you Steve, you've had rum before, right? Obviously,
Yes, I have.
You've tried many different styles. This one, obviously, not very harsh. It's the warm sensation comes a little after.
Extremely warm. I actually taste banana.
Ah, fantastic.
If you, I'm not sure. I guess if you think creatively, you may get it too. It is. It's super unique.
Banana ice cream.
Yeah.
You're right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's delicious.
That's kind of what it smells like now that I think about it.
There's nothing about this that I don't like. And usually spiced rums, and I'm going to be American for 1 second. You think of Captain Morgan.
Right.
That's what every college kid drinks. You'll get there. And it's cheap. It's easy to find. It's not bad for you get what you pay for.
Right.
This, night and day. And that's what I think of with spiced rum. Is my experiences are the Captain Morgan type stuff. Not even close. This is delicious. Very good.
Wonderful. So I'm gonna move the drinks out, and I'm gonna create our first drink based off the spicy. So you detected tropical fruit flavors. It's cold spicy, and so for me, here is a reinterpretation, maybe a Seychelles Takamaka Dark and Stormy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some ginger beer, non-alcoholic, so the kids can drink it too. Light pour, okay? As you can see, fills up there. I'm gonna take my dark and spicy, and you're gonna see that the colors will start to mix, so we even create a nice little flag there. Okay. And then I will be adding a splash of Coke. So there's the darkness and the storminess coming. And then just to lively it up, we've got beautiful lime to give it that citrus taste. Okay, and we're gonna let me mix it up a little bit for you. Just a little swirl. Now give that a taste. Let's see what it feels like in a drink. Cheers.
Cheers.
Salud.
I feel left out. It's okay.
So why I like the ginger beer and why I like the dark and stormy is we know with spices, ginger works really well in Asian food, Asian flavors. Seychelles is a mixed culture with a lot of Southeast Asian. We use ginger a lot to cook in our curries. I just think this hits the spot.
This is,
how delicious
again,
is it?
It totally changes the flavor profile by adding the mixers and everything else. I'll tell you, Dark and Stormy's. I've had the Aruba Dark and Stormy.
Yes.
So it's harsh. It almost hurts to drink it.
Mm-hmm.
This one, nowhere near that. Super smooth. Again, you still get the buttery vanilla.
Yep.
But when you throw in, the ginger, which I love ginger, so that doesn't hurt. It really just changes things, and it honestly, it complements it well. This is a straight out of the bottle. Throw it in a mixer. You can go either way.
Correct.
You cannot go wrong with this.
This is by
Good
the
summer drink.
by the pool.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
By the ocean. Bring a ton of it, and that's what we used to do. Camila, you want to share some stories before we go to the next one? And Abuelo, our producer, Abuelo can take a sip when he gets there, so he can try with us. We are a show, and we share here. Okay.
Sharing is caring.
And we're family.
We are.
That's right.
So, go ahead, Camila, tell us a little more stories about Takamaka, your memories, or maybe some funny stories with Dad.
Right. So, literally the first day that we arrived there, we bought Takamaka and we went to, what was the main beach called? I forget. What was it?
Buvalo.
Buvalo. So we went there, and I remember we had these little cups. The Airbnb had these little colorful cups, like children's cups. And we'd bring them to the beach, and it would depend on what the store had that day. There was a little convenience store at the bottom of the hill where our Airbnb was, and it was whatever fruit juice they had at that day. So we'd go and we'd pick the juice, and then we'd bring it to the beach. So I'd literally see Dad or Mom or whoever was on the trip with us, they'd be mixing the juice in the Takamaka with the little colorful cups. So like the colorful cups was like the epitome of the entire trip. The whole trip is just like, oh, what are you drinking? Oh, Takamaka. What are you drinking? Oh, Takamaka and some fruit juice. And at one point in the trip, I remember it was like midnight. We had just finished having a party, and I went to go get water. I was dancing because my aunt only had this playlist, the only one that was downloaded, again, because there was no Wi-Fi, and we were just dancing in her room, and I needed water like so bad. So I went down, and for some reason I was opening the cabinet under the sink, but I opened it, and I swear to you, there was like almost over 50 empty bottles of Takamaka rum that had been drunk, and I remember we'd only been there a week, so I don't know what was going on that trip, but I will say it was a party, because clearly the cabinet under the sink.
Fun times with Takamaka.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I mean, I think the whole crew enjoyed it, and
let's be honest, the kids enjoyed it too.
the kids enjoyed it.
The sips were good.
Is there a drinking age in
18.
Seychelles? It's 18.
18. Yes, but
Well, I mean, like, nobody really
just like in
knows it.
France, if your head goes above the bar, you can order. You can order. So we're gonna move on to number 2. So number 2, Steve, is called Zanana, which is essentially the Creole term for pineapple.
Okay.
So we're moving then from that more kind of clear type rum, virgin pressed, cane sugar, and then also some essence and flavoring. So grab some water to change it. I put it in your glass. So cheers. So let's go for another smell. I feel like, you know what? I feel like I'm 16 and some girl asked me to rub lotion on her back.
Yeah, it smells like
Ew, bro.
sunscreen.
No, it's there, right?
In a good way.
In a good way. No,
Right?
it's an interesting alcoholic sunscreen.
That was a weird way to put it.
Why was it a weird
I
way?
would say
That's
it was
memories. That's where it comes
sunscreen.
up. Oof. How good is that?
Okay, I mean, if these keep getting better,
Well,
it's gonna be a long
we had
show.
the Dark and Stormy, but not enough to influence it. This is not like one of those whiskey tastings where they try to get you drunk at the end. So you're like, yeah, I want Johnny Walker. It's the best.
Right.
No.
No.
Here we are, pineapple. Now, it doesn't shy away from it, but then there is, again, for me, that vanilla taste.
A lot of vanilla, but you really, and it's almost like a hint of pineapple. It's not, the first one I think was in your face, like you open the bottle and it slaps you with just the aroma. This one still smells wonderful, but the taste, it's not like you're drinking Bacardi pineapple.
Correct.
It's really good. It's understated, super smooth again.
Super smooth again.
These guys have got that figured out.
Yes. Yes.
And
It's lovely, and it's the one that came pretty much, you know, the first flavor was the coconut, if I
Yeah,
believe,
it
right?
was, yeah.
And they had their regular, then the 8-year-old or the 7-year-old, they had a more distinguished one, and they're actually working now with people to get molasses in. They're working with a Barbados expert, and also local molasses, or at least from the Indian Ocean, so it must be from Mauritius or La Réunion or somewhere else. and possibly Madagascar, to also refine. So they're also going to new territory. So they're embracing the future. It's great news. So for this drink, we're gonna make it maybe a little more sophisticated, Steve. Okay. So for this one, we are going to liven it up. This time I do have my shaker. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take half a grapefruit. I could actually put a whole, but I'm gonna give it some real fruit. So hopefully if you have some grapefruit growing in the garden, or you have to go to the supermarket, that's absolutely fine. Go get it. So here's your fresh grapefruit. I am also going to be decorating the bottom of my glass with some cherry juice. I absolutely adore cherry juice because it's soft, it's tart, and also how sexy is this coming out? Everybody wants to get to the bottom of this, even Nicki Minaj. Okay, perfect. So I do have, thank you for that, I'm relevant. So I've got my grapefruit. The jarrito will become at the end. I will now add my pineapple. Always a little generous. And then I'm going to French it up with barely a little touch of Cointreau. So that is orange liqueur.
Can you say that again for all the Americans out there?
Cointreau.
Cointreau. All right.
Good, Steve. Not bad.
I'm learning.
You're learning.
I'm learning as we go.
Okay, so I give it that just a little hint of that orange liqueur, which should work with the pineapple. And I will also shake it up before I put my soda. So I've got it here. And thank you to my company for giving me the shake. I appreciate it. Cheers. Okay, give it that nice little shake. Let's pour that little sucker
Look at the color of that.
right there in the glass. It already looks beautiful, so it's already looking summery. And now we take, Jaggy, have I got your permission? Yes, I do.
Si, senor.
Si, senor.
Oh my god.
And we add a little grapefruit soda from Mexico. So this one, we're traversing a few different areas. We're trying to make it a little sophisticated. We're trying to play with that pineapple taste and mix it in with the citrus. Mm-hmm. So cheers. I don't know what to call this.
I love the color. I really do.
Yeah, love the color. So here we go.
Sunkissed. That's what we're gonna call it.
Sunkissed Takamaka pineapple. Different. It's going to be a completely different flavor profile than what you had before.
Not even close to what we had before.
Exactly.
But still wonderful. I still like the color. It's crazy. It's like mesmerizing.
Well, it's the cherry juice that helps it. This is more almost like a spritzer.
Right.
You know, so this is super light. The pineapple is not overwhelming. And the idea is you can mix it in with a lot of fruits. By the way, you can change this to guava soda. You can change this to guava fruit.
Maybe some kumquat.
Some kumquat. If you have kumquat, please send it our way. We'll try to find it.
This, I think, could be trouble. This is one that you could drink all day. And
Well, that was the problem we had there. Like they would stop. Like you wouldn't really feel it until like 4 drinks in, and that's what was dangerous
seriously,
about
this one. I mean, you don't even realize it's like you're drinking pretty juice. It's amazing.
It is amazing, and it really is. It's absolutely delicious. So
Really good.
So we're going to move on to the third bottle. Maybe another story about Takamaka that involves immigration in the Middle East.
So, do you want me to tell her?
Well, you can start and then I'll continue.
All right. So
I'm gonna keep drinking while they're doing it.
Yes, please do.
I will.
So when we left the Seychelles, we had, what was it, like 12, 16 bottles?
16.
We had 16 bottles of Takamaka. And I remember my mom like wrapping my clothes. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? And she was wrapping the alcohol bottles in my suit. I think I had like 4 in my suitcase. So then we had this separate suitcase that was just completely full of alcohol. And they said we could take it through
Customs.
Yeah, customs.
Yeah.
So we show up, we land in Abu Dhabi, and we're trying to get through customs, and this guy is like, you can't take the bottles, and we're like, well, babes, the guy just said that we could.
The problem is that they put customs in the Middle East for the U.S. instead of when you land in the U.S.
Oh, so you can't get through.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the only way it was gonna happen was Dad leaving the country, also essentially exiting the airport, coming back, checking a bag full of 16 bottles. So what did your dad do at 2 o'clock
He
in the
left.
morning?
I remember sitting there, and they have the AC pumped at like negative 58 degrees, I swear. And it was so cold. I was wearing, like, I swear, the smallest little shirt. I was freezing my butt off waiting there. I'm like, damn, Dad needs to be, like, sprinting right now. Because
I sprinted out the terminal,
Yeah.
had to re-enter international, check in the bag. They scanned my retina, so I'm now completely Tom Cruise. Shout out to episode 13 and Maverick. So I'm in their system all because of Takamaka. I blame it on these guys for putting
it
me
was
in the
the
system.
other rum, though, too. That one that was, like, the butt.
Yes, that's the Coco d'Amour, so a bit
That
different.
one,
Yeah.
too. But
Oh, what happened there? Oh yeah,
One
well,
on your shirt,
it's
right?
right
Yeah, there we go.
so yeah, so essentially 15 of the 16 bottles made it.
Oh, okay.
We have a picture to celebrate it.
One of
And
them
so thank you, Takamaka, and thank you, Dad, for having fast
So
legs.
no duty on that.
There was no duty. I was able to check it in like normal because we bought it locally.
Okay.
And big thanks to the guy that was being an absolute prick to us.
Yeah, you can eat a
He was being
bag of
so
Takamaka.
mean to my
Jaggy
mom.
Jags, get him. So we're moving on to number 3, which for me is la pièce de résistance, which is the coconut. Steve, before you go into this one, you've had probably Malibu.
Yes,
You've had Parrot Bay.
I have.
You've probably had, which is Captain Morgan, right?
Yep.
And maybe some other, in other islands. Have you had coconut rum?
I've had. There's one actually that's distributed out of Miami called Coconut Cartel. This has some big shoes to fill.
Okay,
It's Guatemalan, I believe.
Okay.
And it's distilled in coconut water.
okay.
So
Oh.
that's my basis of comparison.
That's your go-to. Okay.
Yes.
So here we go. You've tried the pineapple, you've tried the spicy. Grab some water, change your palate,
Yes, sir.
and we go into Coco. And look at that beautiful bottle. And this is Coco, as it should be spelled coconut in Seychelles. Here we go.
Oh, I didn't.
Cheers, yes I did.
Cheers,
Yeah, yeah.
sir. Wait. I get chocolate here.
Mm,
Chocolate.
like a Bounty or a Almond Joy.
Oh, I can see that.
Right?
Yeah, like a
It's-
chocolate bar.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
super overbearing, but it's definitely there. Almost like a
It smells like the outer part of the coconut.
like
I
a
don't know.
milk chocolate,
Yeah,
not dark chocolate.
I get it.
Yeah.
like when you
Do get
open,
that?
Yeah.
like the whiff you get when you open
Yeah.
the wrapper.
Yeah, like you open a Snickers, it's like
Yeah.
So I think, obviously this is where I'm biased, I just think compared to other coconut rums that I've had, and because it's from Seychelles, I just think it's absolutely gorgeous.
So again, light, understated, and the Coconut Cartel is you're drinking coconut. I mean,
Yes.
It's like you're drinking a Mounds bar.
Got it.
I actually prefer this. It's lighter.
Yeah.
It's not as sweet either, which
Yes.
I think is unique because the Malibu, it's like you're drinking sugar.
Got it.
You know. So
Malibu to me is just way too harsh, and it's too alcoholic. You know, it's too got the alcohol taste.
Right.
And I think this again. I think the word that you use is smoothness.
Yeah.
The smoothness and the understating, and then I'm glad that somebody else is picking up different things from the 3 bottles because that's what it is. Kevin,
Right.
if you could pass me the 2 glasses that are empty, I think is that one and maybe this one.
This one.
Yeah, beautiful. So for this guy, we make fun of Tom Cruise and bring up, but it's true that if you look at the movie Cocktail, at one point
I
a
was
woman
just gonna say
a
that.
woman asks him for a drink, and he says, "No, let me prepare you Jus D'Amour," which in French is Jus d'Amour, the juice of love.
Juice of love.
Both attractive and disgusting at the same time. So this is called Takamaka Jus d'Amour. That's what
Okay.
we called it from the start. The cherry is back, just to give it a bit that sweetness and that tartness, and you'll understand why.
I feel like Tom Cruise is an underlying. Maybe he should be
Tom
at
Cruise is-
Tom Cruise if you're watching.
Yes,
Submerged podcast. Follow us on Instagram.
Correct.
We follow you.
And I brought the boys to see your movie for a second time the other day.
Oh, did you really? Okay, let me ask you. I know we're getting off course here, but
Yes.
was it as good the second time around, or was it better, or was it?
I
worse?
picked up on some nuances,
Okay.
and the reunion with Iceman hurt me some
They
more.
got you again.
It got me some again because, there were certain things I was concentrating on.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to say that Rooster was more appealing in the second time.
Okay.
But I do feel they didn't do enough with that character.
What about Hangman? Because people were like loving this guy.
So
he's so
Hangman,
He's not as hot as Rooster.
No, because I was watching.
It's because he doesn't have a mustache.
I was watching. No, yeah, I was watching scenes like after the movie, and after I first watched the movie, I was like, "Oh, Hangman's attractive." But then I was watching, I was like, "He looks like no." It's just he's a little like feminine looking.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed Hangman better the second time.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I still don't think they could have developed it a little more. So by the way, the drink for people: coconut rum from Takamaka, pineapple juice. We've got a little cherry juice, and then the cherry there. That lime again to add that little citrus, little shake up. Nothing too complex with these drinks. You can substitute a lot of these things for your favorite juice, and they should work. But I just like how now I didn't use the pineapple with the pineapple rum.
Right.
I went in another direction, right? So this one, I'm introducing pineapple. Why? Because obviously coconut and pineapple, everybody thinks pina colada, but I'm not having any coconut cream. I'm gonna use that chocolate flavor you just mentioned, which is spot on, as well as that vanilla taste, and let's see then now how it blends into a fake pina colada, or what we're calling Jus D'Amour.
Again, a beautiful drink. I wish you all could have seen before he mixed it, because it was, if anyone's ever seen a Tequila Sunrise.
Yes. Wonderful movie, by the way.
A great movie, great song.
Great
also,
song,
a lot of
yeah.
good things happen there.
Good sex scene between Michelle Pfeiffer and,
God.
no, it's wonderful.
Yes.
The hot tub, you remember?
Next episode.
Next episode.
Anyway, before he blended it, and even still, you kind of still see some of the separation. Very pretty drink. So.
Salud.
Salud.
Jus D'Amour.
Are you done?
Yeah, I finished.
We'll pretend.
Cheers.
Cheers. Jaggy Jags, cheers.
Mm. Right away, before I even tasted it, I smelled it. And I love pineapple so much. It's my favorite fruit. It's one of the very few. I'm not a fruit person, but that's one of the few that I'll eat.
Abuelo?
Delicious. Mm.
So,
This tastes like vacation.
right. That is, for me, that is the quintessential Seychelles beach by the pool. But this time, if the other one was more 11 o'clock, right now I'm about to get to sexy time.
Yeah.
This is the sun's coming down.
This is a closer.
This
for
is a
sure.
closer.
Yeah.
This is a closer.
And it
for
worked
sure.
out well because it was the last in line.
It was.
But this
And that's
one-
why I was going towards it as you
Sexy
having the
time.
guess. It's sexy
Yeah.
time. You know?
Yeah. Someday
you.
you'll understand someday.
No.
So, Jus
Where do you
D'Amour.
think you came from?
Oh.
Let's try to summarize as we have 2-3 minutes here. Camila, thank you very much. Shout out to Les Trois Fers Distillery, to La Plaine Saint-André, to the Takamaka guys. I'll be hitting you up on
They actually
Instagram.
follow our podcast on Instagram.
They
were
do.
one of
So
our
the
first
person
followers.
who's writing is
Really?
Brigitte.
Yes,
No
they
kidding.
do.
Yes, they do.
Wow, that's really
And she
cool.
said she wanted to know about this, so I can't wait to send it to her.
Yes.
I can't wait to spread this out to my friends. And also, thank you to the Whiskey Exchange for getting me these bottles on time. Steve, unbelievable guest.
So happy to be here.
Great contribution.
Loved it.
Well, you've enjoyed the drinks, it seems like it.
Clearly.
So then overall, give us your overall impression of this first introduction to Takamaka. Where do you stand? Obviously, I don't want you to be swayed by me. Yes, I do. But no, honestly.
So when we started, I was talking about how Seychelles was a bucket list. And that was before having these. So now I want to get there even more so I can maybe try it locally and see what the local twist is on this. It's cool because a lot of bartenders, they riff on, you know, different recipes and things like that. But aside from that, wasn't a bad drink in the house. You two were amazing to hang out with.
Thank you.
And seriously, delicious. I can't.
Good drinks.
Great drinks. You guys rewind whatever you need to do. Write this down, and you saw how quick he made them. We were live. This was happening, you know, as we were going. It didn't take more than a couple minutes, and everything turned out fantastic. Tom Cruise in cocktail couldn't have done it better himself.
No.
So I think it was just all in all a success for me to be
Beautiful.
here. Sure.
Well, we were really happy and honored to have you here. Thank you, Abuelo, for the production.
Yes.
Camila, for your introductions. And again, Takamaka, go check it out. Hopefully there is a distributor in the US, wink. and we'll see you on the future episodes.
Yes,
So
we
cheers.
will.
Where can people find us? I mean, Steve, you've got something else?
I did want to throw one more thing. Ben did send me an interesting text this afternoon with a factoid about the top 5. Was it the top 5 most
Beer drinking.
Yes, in the world.
Per capita.
Yeah, per capita, and the Seychelles landed at number 3.
Number 3.
So
Wow.
go Seychelles.
Lovely.
And America didn't even make the top 5, so
Yeah.
we got some work to do around
We
here.
know we're working
But-
hard in
That's
Seychelles
so
to get
pathetic
drunk.
of us,
I know,
considering the
right?
size of those
Seriously.
islands.
So congratulations to Seychelles on their top 5.
Hey.
That's all I got.
It's an honor, and they'll take it. As I said, we have an intimate relationship with Europe. The Germans taught us how to do beer. As I told you, we do produce Guinness too locally. Camila got to experience it, and hopefully when I see my mates out there, shout out to the boys in the WhatsApp group. Camila, before we leave, where can people find us, and what else would
if
you
you want to
like
go
say?
check us out on Instagram at Submerged Podcast, I'll be posting a lot of updates there. On YouTube at Submerged Podcast, and as well on Spotify where you can watch our videos too. And we hope you guys enjoy. Thank you
We
so
love
much.
you. Thank you
Thanks,
very
guys.
much. Cheers. Au
Okay
revoir.
then.